Hi, I'm Connor Sullivan, and this is Brett Beard Show. With me today, Coach Beard. How you doing? Coming off a big win against Central, quite a big win. 42-14, yep. And you got us at the 27th seed, them at the 6th, and just how you feeling after a win like that?
I mean, it's good to keep playing ball, man. We need to play as much football as possible. I mean we're a playoff caliber year in and year out program, and we're going to show that. And now we just got to get comfortable moving on, and that's what we're going to do.
Oh yeah, totally. Let's get into the highlights. So you have the Central Wildcats taking the field. You got them trying to walk up to us and intimidate us a little bit. How do you feel like the guys handled that? Do you feel like they carried into the game, just not stepping down?
Well, I mean, you fear nobody, but you respect all. I mean, we knew going into it that they were going to have some shenanigans and some games, and it's like I told you the 2 times we played them this week. The game kicks off at 7. That's what we're ready for. You don't get any points for all the stuff before the light show, the talk right there coming out to us, running to us like they're going to intimidate us. The game is won when it's kicked off at 7 o'clock, and I thought we handled this great, perfectly. It was great to see us compete.
Yes, sir. Got us wearing the all-white. So you got freshman quarterback Jerry Horn with the play-action deep pass complete to Micah Harrison. That's a great way to start the game. Just explain, you come out, try to intimidate us. You don't shy down, and then you got one of the first, on the opening drive, you got a deep pass down to Micah Harrison.
So we had to be able to open it up. This is something we didn't have the first time we played them. We had to show that we are two-dimensional and no longer just one-dimensional.
Yes, sir. It really opens up the playbook when having a quarterback that could throw. So now you got Jerry Horn, handoff to Ray McNeely, who hits the sideline, going deep downfield for a huge gain. Second quarter now, you got handoff to McNeely again, who hits the edge and scores on the opening drive for a touchdown. 7-0, Jackets lead it. So you come out, swinging first. And that's one thing that our offense, they didn't score any points last time. So coming out on the first drive and scoring, just explain how important that is.
Well, I mean, right there you have them kind of rattled, I would think. You go from shutting them out or shutting us out the week 6 to getting a pretty quick score right there, our second possession. And, that's got to say something, like we're here to play and some things have changed.
Yes, sir. That's one thing I feel like our offense really stepped up this game, and they're a huge part of that. All right, so Central punting now. It's a bad snap, but the punt would actually be blocked by Jude Horn and recovered by Ethan Foster for the touchdown. So a lot of people, it's not in the highlights, but before that, it looked like they kind of got a cheap shot on Micah Harrison. You get a penalty, it backs him up, and you could either choose to take the ball where it is or back him up 15 yards, and you choose to do that, and you get the.
Well, that was being questioned by our coaches on the headset too, but high school football, man, that punt's a big play. The snap, the hold, the protection, the kick. Anything can happen in high school football. That's exactly what I said right before that happened, and it just happened. We were going to get good field position either way, and I wanted the pressure on Central to have to punt again.
Yes, sir, and it definitely worked out in our favor. So it's a quick 2 scores, 14-0. Denham is up. You got Central ball now. You got 13. Jonathan Swift on the keeper, but he'd actually be sacked by Hayden Rushing. It's a great play right there. So you got Swift back to pass. Throwing to the end zone, which actually be broken up by number 12, Mason Vreese, the sophomore. He's been pretty good all season.
Yeah, he played really well this game.
Yes, sir. So now you got a little trickery from Central. Direct snap to Kyleville, which pitches it to Swift, who throws a touchdown pass to wide open number 5, Jareen Brown. Lead cut to 14-7. So, you get the 2 quick scores. They come back with the trick play. Just break that down.
Well, you kind of have somebody on the ropes for this. I love trick plays as much as anybody, but sometimes like you're grabbing for straws at this point. Like you're struggling, so you got to create some chaos. And I mean, it worked for them. So hats off to him with the trick play.
Yes, sir. So Jackets ball now. They're coming right back with some trick plays. You got direct snap to McNeely, who pitches it to Jerry Horn, who sees none. He puts on the burns a little bit, hitting a little nice juke move right there for a nice gain. Now it's Jerry Horn handoff to McNeely, who runs left. Takes a hit, but he keeps going all the way down for 50 yards to the house. That's a huge response right there. 21-7 to Denham. So, they come out with a trick play, you come out with one. It doesn't work, but, eventually you got McNeely being a playmaker and gets a 50-yard touchdown. Just how big is that right there?
Well, the biggest thing is you answered up the trick play touchdown. So they had a lot of momentum right there. They were excited. And then we turn around, have the big run where somebody gets trucked, and then they had the angle on Ray, and Ray just ran from him. It's a really impressive run right here. You watch, he gets outside, great job sealing the edge right there by 7, 11, getting the blocks. Mm-hmm. But he trucks this guy, and they had the angle, and he just hit a different gear, and that's something we haven't had out of Ray the last few weeks. I think he's feeling healthy. He's back to normal.
Yeah, finally getting back to
he's comfortable again. He's a running back, so that's where he's comfortable, and you can see that in his play Friday night.
Yeah, he had a huge night against Central with the 4 touchdowns, but we're gonna get into that later. So now you got them celebrating. Lionel Dawson, it's just a good feeling, you know.
The energy that we pull for our teammates is awesome.
So now you got Jonathan Swift hand off to Glenn Cage, who's stuffed by number 14, Ethan Foster. You know, Glenn Cage, he was a pretty good player, but it seems like he couldn't get going that night. So you got Jonathan Swift back to pass, sacked by Hayden Rushing and Porter Gibson again. You know, number 8, that outside linebacker, they've been on their stuff this year. So Jags ball, Jerry Horn, play action, deep pass complete to Micah Harrison again for a first down. You know, he really hasn't been, you know, having his opportunity to shine with the no quarterback. You know, he got a little snaps at running back. It's good to see him balling out again. So halftime, 21-7 Denham. First drive of the third quarter, Jerry Horn rolls left and slightly overthrows Micah Harrison again. The Jags ended up being forced to punt. Swift on the keeper, tackled by Hayden Rushing. It seemed like you were hearing his name all night. You know, he had a pretty good game, really good game.
Yeah.
Huge play in the game right here. Central punting, bad snap. You got Clayton Kimball, he runs, missed tackle by Foster, and he's finally tackled by Alex Chandler, but he's caught on the horse collar. That's a first down Central. So you get him back in their red zone, you get the horse collar penalty, it gives them a first down. Now the Jonathan Swift pass complete to 84. Calvin Collar, first down. Jonathan Swift back to pass again. He's under pressure, and he's actually sacked by 15. Alex Chandler, you know, that's huge by him. You know, you get the horse collar, come back.
Hey, he owed us a play, and he made it, and he let me know that.
Yes, sir.
That's what I love.
Jonathan Swift, screen pass to number 5, Brown, is blown up by Ethan Foster. Jags defense would be able to hold. Denham on offense, direct snap to McNeely, and as he's breaking tackles, making defenders miss. That's runs for the first down. The fourth quarter, you know, you got the 4s up. Denham is leading. Jerry Horn back to pass, scrambles and finds number 13, Lionel Dawson, for a first down. There's a flag at the end of the play that gives Denham more yards, and that's a big play by him. They got him celebrating. Now, Horn, handoff to McNeely again, who's running left again for a first down and a huge gain. And he will eventually be tackled inside the 10. You know, that's a hard run to bring down right there. So, touchdown run by Ray McNeely again. You know, him hitting that edge. You know, it seems like they couldn't stop him. You know, as soon as he hit that edge, he was gone. So it's now 28-7 Denham. You know, you're in a playoff game. Everyone's underestimating you because, I mean, you're the 27th seed going up against the 6th seed, and you come out like this, you know, strong, come out strong, scoring. You know, you get the block punt. Now you're up 28-7. Explain that.
Well, I mean, the thing is I know what y'all can do. I try to get y'all to believe in each other to do what you can do and believe me, and now you see it. I mean, I promise you guys are ready for any stage there is out there for you, and this just shows right here, and I can't wait to see you play again. I love watching you practice every day. I love watching you play, and it's because of this right here. You've literally bought into the process and have gotten better every day, and that's what it takes.
Yes, sir. So Central ball now. You got Swift back to pass. It's actually intercepted by Mason Breeze, you know, diving to get the catch. It's Jackets ball now. You know, him celebrating. He had actually 2 interceptions on the night.
A great game.
Yeah, sir. He was a big factor in that winner. So now Denham is going for the field goal, but the snap is high. You got number 29, Noah Hood, and Ryder Wygant trying to recover, but it'll end up being Central's ball. You got Jonathan Swift, deep pass to 85, Aiden Wilkinson, and he's caught and he's gone. Touchdown. It's now 28-14. You know, that's a great ball, great catch right there.
Well, yeah, I mean, we start to try to give it to them, give them the momentum. We have the bad snap on the kick and then the big play.
Yes, sir. So the Jackets need a response. You got Jerry Horn, handoff to McNeely, who runs for a huge first down. It seemed like as soon as he hit that edge, he was gone. Now, Horn, handoff to McNeely again, and he's running right downfield for another first down. You know, he had, I think it was around 270 yards. We're going to get to the stats after that. So now it's Horn, handoff to McNeely again, who cuts back and scores. It's now 35-14. You know, you got the Jackets pulling away. Just explain that play.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing was we had the bad snap where they get the ball back. We turn around. You know, they give a little momentum there. We turn around. We give them the big play for a touchdown. You know, and this is where we're different. When the momentum swings in the other direction, we've sometimes panicked. Here, we just answered up, did our job, played our play, and you see when you do that and you do your job, you're going to be successful, and this is exactly what's happened. This tells me how grown up you are and are becoming.
Yes, sir, and going in that momentum, you're going to see right here on the squib kick by number 29, Noah Hood. It bounces up and it's actually recovered by Hayden Rushing. which he would end up taking it back, but it would be called dead because you can't recover. Yeah. So it's Denham ball now. So you got Jerry Horn, hand off to Cam Kelly, who's going to make a cut, goes right upfield, and scores. So it's now 42-14 Jackets. It's starting to look like a dominant win. And just explain that.
Well, I mean, 5 got in such a rhythm, it was hard to get 4 in. But when his number was called right here, it's the perfect, he's got great vision, he's got great balance. I mean, there it is. You see the one cut, he gets the one cut, sticks his foot in the ground, and he's up in it.
Yeah, you talked about that having like two. It's really having like 2 starting running backs.
It is. 1A and 1B. Yep. A lot of fun to watch. I mean, both kids are a lot of fun to watch.
And the energy in the locker room too, because I'm right next to them in the locker room, and it's so fun being around them.
They love the game.
Oh yeah. So now we got me and Zane celebrating. That's just an amazing feeling, getting a playoff win, especially an upset. When your corner's your back's in the corner, no one believes you can win. You got me and Reese on the ice bath, because we were so excited on that sideline. And the thing is, we knew coming into this game that we were going to dominate. We had that feeling that we were just going to come in here and dominate. And, actually getting it done, getting the job done, that feels amazing. Just how you feel seeing the kids like that?
Well, I mean, this is what I hope you understand is worth every bit you pour into what you have to do to finish a football season and go through that grind, that gauntlet. And I couldn't be more proud to see the looks on your faces, the smiles on your face. Because this is a lot of hard work, man. You've been through so much. You've been through so much adversity. You've been counted out most all your careers, and here you are. You're starting to turn the ship.
All right, so let's get into the stats. You have Ray McNeely for 27 carries, 239 yards with 4 touchdowns. Cam Kelly, 9 carries, 65 yards and a touchdown. And Jerry Horn, 3 for passing with 99 yards. So, now you're going to the second round playoffs. You have, us at the number 27 seed hosting number 11, Ouachita Parish, Friday night at 7 o'clock at Yellow Jacket Stadium. Pack the stands, be there. All right, so let's get into the game. So the offense looked a lot different. It seemed like they couldn't get stopped while the defense were playing lights out. Literally, Central's lights went out a couple times. Just explain how big that is. The offense is struggling every now and then. We're being inconsistent, but this, you come in, score 42 points on the 6th seed.
Well, first off, big players make big time plays in big time games. And this is the biggest game of the year because it's the next one, but it's a playoff game and your back is against the wall. And I said it all week. I thought our offensive guys did the best job with the game plan. I thought we started creeping into a little bit of identity, getting Jerry as much work as we could in that last 5 weeks and got him a little more exposure versus Scotlandville, only to take the reins. I mean, you've got to be able to throw the football a little bit to open up our run game, especially with our skill guys. And the growth he had shown the last 5 weeks, I thought Jerry was not ready for this stage early on, and he wasn't. But as he got more and more comfortable, we got more and more reps with him in JV games and varsity exposure, he's going to get more and more comfortable. And I thought he handled it greatly. I thought our offensive game plan was more geared towards our identity and who we have to be successful. I thought personnel-wise, everything was a great job, and it's who we are, and that's what we have to grow and add some wrinkles to going forward every week to be successful. Coming
off that, you got Jerry. He's getting the start and leading this offense to 42 points. Do you think he's finally gaining that trust, or?
Well, I mean, here's the deal. I trust him now. And I was probably the last one to trust him.
Yeah.
Because
that's your job. You got to get him. You got to hold him to a higher standard.
It is a freshman, and we're in District 4-5A. I mean, that kid wasn't ready to start versus Central and Zachary the first go round. I mean, he really wasn't ready to start with the Livingston Parish schools. But that's 4 weeks that we got him a lot of exposure to go ahead and kind of throw him into the fire a lot more versus Scotlandville, to get him that exposure against a big time playoff caliber team in Scotlandville, only to be prepared for round 1. And, one may question the way we've handled it, but it's hard to question now because of the way it's turned out. And I couldn't be more proud. And, I would honestly say I was the last one to come along and trust him, but I'm also the one kind of working that process. And I just felt like along the way he showed glimpses, but he just wasn't there yet to take on that full responsibility. I mean, he is just a freshman. But I thought he grew up a ton the last couple of weeks. And then, of course, to go in and find our identity offensively, we put him in position to be successful, and he did just that.
Let's talk about the O-line. Of course, you have Ray McNeely. He looked like he was the star of the game with 4 touchdowns. But, we hear you say all the time, when you tell the O-line, we're going to go where you take us. Yep. Just explain how, big of an impact they had on this game.
Well, I mean, realistically, most teams that win football games, if you look, it's won in the trenches. And, it's like you said, you've heard me tell our offensive line, you pave the road. We're going to go where you take us. Wherever you pave that road, we're going to follow. And when they accept that responsibility, which is a huge, huge task and not a whole lot of glory to it, you don't really get talked about a whole lot. You have to accept a big-time responsibility and a big-time task. And those guys, I thought, did that. You know what? I don't care that we waited till round 1 to get it going. I mean, we're still alive and got another week to play and have surprised some people. But I knew we had it in us the whole time. It was just getting it out and believing and getting the job done. And once again, man, we found our identity through this process, and we feel good where we're at, and we're going to continue to grow that and see how far it takes us.
Let's talk about special teams. You have the block punt for a touchdown. You recover the kick. You had no big returns on a kickoff, and then having Caleb Mitchell. He's been balling out all season with some really good punts. Just explain the importance of that.
Well, I mean, the punt, like I said, it came after a penalty that some may question, but it's high school football. I mean, to get the snap, the catch, the protection, the coverage, there's a lot of pieces in a punt team that can go wrong. And I gambled with that, being a high school football team, and it just worked. I just so haven't got it out of my mouth. Look, it's high school football. Anything can happen, and then bam, that happens. Now, granted, even if he had gotten it off, Micah would have had a probably pretty decent little return. We had a better field position to where it was going to be anyway. So it was really, I felt like a win-win situation. But you have that, Horn, if you watch the punt before, he gets blocked a certain way, and the second time he comes back and he uses a little football move to get around that guy, and he gets the block and we get the cover. The squib kicks, most everybody in this district probably uses a squib kick because we see so many great return guys, and that wasn't a classless move. That wasn't a put another nail in the coffin on Central type deal. That was strictly our game plan, and whether we're up 3 or 35, our game plan wasn't going to change. We were going to squib kick because we didn't want those athletes back there to get that football. Really, you should look at the adjustments that should have been made. Probably would have helped that. But the squib kick, just like anything, you hit it or the right speed and you catch the right bounce. Well, you can bounce it back in our hands, and it did. So it wasn't a classless move. It just with the ball bounced our direction. And then of course Caleb Mitchell. I mean, what a stud. I mean, you watch us early in the year. We're sitting there going, my gosh, we don't have a punter. Man, I hope our offense can score a lot because we're not going to be able to punt. And he is just blown onto the scene and blown up. And really, the job he does is phenomenal. I mean, he's averaging over 40 and flips the field and has some bombs and has the hang time. And really, the job he's doing is probably giving us as much or more ability to be successful than anybody.
Yeah, you saw that one punt where it was you had he caught it. His feet was on the one. He threw it back, and they called it a touchback. But if that punt would have been landed on the one, that would have broke the school record.
Yeah. Look, he's unbelievable, man. Everything in special teams right now, that's a key factor, and I think we learned that the hard way to finally get it going last year.
All right, so let's talk about what this win means, for this whole community. Not having a lot of success in the playoffs since the 80s, and coming back and blowing out a rival on their field. Just how big is that, and what does this win mean?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing is it's a testament to you young guys and the way you've stuck with Denham Springs football and football in general and the process and trusted me and this coaching staff. I mean, we've been through some tough times. We've been through the bottom of the worst situations, and we've had our teeth kicked in, and we just keep coming back for more. And, they're not losses if you learn. And that's one thing that I take a lot of pride with this group. You guys have learned so much along the way that, it just is a matter of time before it starts coming to a head. And here we are now. We respect everybody, but we don't fear anyone. We know we've been through the depths of hell, realistically, together, only to be able to have an opportunity to play every week now. I couldn't be more proud of our program. And, you went from 1-9 to 1-7 and, in the 40s and 50s, and now we're the top 16. I mean, if that doesn't give you an excitement in this town and this community, I don't know what more you want. I mean, you guys are doing everything any of us as adults would want from you, and you're wearing that DS with a lot of pride. You're wearing that jacket with a lot of pride. I don't know what more you would want in this town. I mean, the only thing I want in return is come out and support these kids on Friday night like we've never packed the stadium, because y'all deserve it. And that's what I'm excited about. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you and the way you've bought in, the way you've worked, the way you've trained, the hottest of the hottest days, everything you've been through for an opportunity that you've had, and now you're taking advantage of opportunities. And it's a lot of fun to watch, and the growth y'all have shown is that alone would be worth coming to watch just in itself.
Mm-hmm. I've been having a lot of fun this season. talking about that jacket pride, like that's one thing I feel like a lot of us, we've done great. Like, we love coming to practice. Like you talked about in an earlier show, talking about how like 99% attendance rate, like no one, because we want to be here, and it's just, it's a great feeling.
And you can see because of that, you're gonna be successful. Everybody is a piece of this puzzle, and everybody's got to come to work every day. Everybody's got to have that juice, that excitement, and at this point, it's easy. You're at one-game seasons. This is the easiest time of the year to practice and prepare. Like, because realistically, it could be your last Monday, your last Tuesday. Like, you don't have anything to look forward to. There's really no sense in looking back. You are strictly in a one-week season. And with that, I mean, the excitement, and there's 16 5A teams left doing it, that alone is exciting and something you've earned that everybody should be excited about.
Yes, sir. So we were actually the lowest seed left in the whole state for the playoffs, 1A through 5A. So do you think anyone expected us to be here after like our last two seasons, going 1-9, 1-7, and even the beginning of this year, you still had some doubters just?
Well, yeah. Look, you're always going to have that. History is not on our side. So there's still going to be a lot of negativity. I mean, we've got even some of our own alumni that like to run their mouth about our program, and sometimes just sit back and enjoy the ride, because just like those guys before you, we all wear the DS with a certain pride now, and we're having success and we're doing things the right way, and the naysayers, they are who they are. But as this train rolls by, you're going to see a lot of people trying to jump on. And that's a testament to you guys being a huge force in our school, a huge force in our community, being great student athletes. We have very little problems in school. You guys are just a very strong group of men that are just a lot of fun to be around, that bring a lot of energy, not just to our school, our community. And you're a huge part of it, and I love it.
Yes, sir. So there has been a quarterfinals appearance at Denham Springs since 1985, and only 4 other teams since then have made it to the second round. What has these guys motivated right now? Are they like thinking about that, or are they, just like?
Well, we haven't talked about. I was 4 the last time y'all went to the quarters. Yeah, I was 4 years old.
Wait, you were 4?
I was 4 years old the last time Denham Springs went to the quarters. Yeah, I mean, that should be more to y'all than it does me. This is just part of my process. Like, I believe in what we're doing and what we're going to do. I know what this program can accomplish. I know what this program's going to accomplish.
See, that's another thing, too. It's like, because I asked the question because I know the answer. But, for the people on the show, it's just like, for us, it's actually weird to think about, like, we feel like we're supposed to be here. Like, looking at it like, the first round, we're supposed to win that game. Second round, we're supposed to win this. And it's, like, weird because we've never had that culture before. But, like, it's crazy to think about how, like, we don't see it as like, oh, we're about to break history. We see it as like, this is where Denham should have been. And it's like, from a team that like hasn't went to the quarterfinals since 1985 to this team, like expecting to go to the quarterfinals. It's like, it's crazy, and it's just,
that means more to me than you know. I mean, I know what you guys do. I know what we've been through, and to know that this is something that y'all address in the locker room when I'm not around. It tells me you're listening. It tells me you trust me. And, we are built on success. I mean, we're a creature of habit that runs off of success. And, for y'all to want this and recognize this like you've never had before, that excites me more than you'll ever know. And look, it could end the day and I'd be extremely proud of you, but there's no sense in ending it now. So we might as well keep on rolling. I mean, we're here. We got a 1 in 16 chance.
And that's one thing, like the seniors, we know that there's that chance of it being our last game, but like we're having juniors come up to us like, no, we got your back. Like, this is not going to be your last game. Like, we go in like expecting to win. We're not going in like, oh, we made it this far, stuff like that. And it's just,
I love it.
Yeah,
I do. I love it. And I couldn't be happier. Couldn't be more proud of you. I'd be just as proud of you if we were 0-9. I mean, I would, because I know what you go through, but for y'all to be able to experience this and see and recognize the change and the growth and the culture, the legacy you're going to leave on top of the foundation that's been here has the potential of blowing up, and it's going to have a lot to do with you.
And that's another thing. It's like, we in the back of our heads, we know that it's like, wow, like we could do stuff that like hasn't been done here that has never been done here. Like ultimately winning the state championship, like we had that in the back of our head. But like looking forward on it, it's like, we're expecting, like we want this and we expect this, and that's a big change.
That's a huge change. And now you got to use that energy and that excitement and that juice, and you got to go in and be disciplined and do your job.
All right, so let's talk about this Friday night. You expect a big crowd there Friday night? You got no other parish schools playing, and there's only 2 other ones. You got Scotlandville and Zachary playing. Explain about that atmosphere.
I would love for it to be big. I know that we've got some big time rivals in this parish, but you know what? I would be there if Walker was playing. Mm-hmm. I would be there if Live Oak was playing, because I'm gonna support our kids in parish and Livingston Parish. And I would hope we would do the same thing. Because I think our programs, all 3 of them are big-time programs now, and I think they're classy programs, and I think supporting each other in a playoff run is a big deal. I mean, I would hope that not only do our people come out from Denham Springs, they should be excited about the purple and gold, but these other surrounding communities can come see this can be done, pull for us as Livingston Parish, and continue to put us on the map football-wise and be excited. And I know that's not always going to be the case, but once again, I would be there if Walker was playing. I would be there if Live Oak was playing, because I'm going to support those coaches and those kids in Livingston Parish, because we have a chance to make something special here, and that's all of us. That's not just Friday night with Denham Springs. That's all of us doing our job at a high level and representing this parish at a high level, and that's what I would want. I mean, I don't see why not. Why you can go watch Home Alone at Walker, or you can come watch Denham Springs play football.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about the new gold jersey tradition. Just explain that. You got you told us earlier in the season the seniors get to pick one big game, and then every home playoff game.
I think with the color gold, I mean, there comes an attitude and energy. There's got to be something special, man. We got to start some tradition. We got to start some traditions that are exciting to y'all. And I've always had the gold as an alternate. So that alternate is you get to pick one game in the year to wear that, whatever game you want, whatever you think is the big game. And then home playoff games, because there's really no bigger. And for you to earn those home playoff games, you earn the right to wear those gold jerseys. And that's going to be a standard and a foundation that's in place going forward until I'm out of Denham Springs. That's how it's going to be. And it's going to start with y'all, and hopefully this runs for a long time.
So let's get into what to expect, some keys to win, and let's ultimately talk about the North Louisiana versus South Louisiana, some different types of football and stuff like that. Just explain to that.
Well, first off, I love the physical brand of football, the big boy football that's played in North Louisiana. Now, I've always had a lot of respect for it when I recruited up there, when I lived up in Ruston working at Grambling, getting out and seeing some of those teams play, because I'd always heard of the West Monroes and the Rustons, but I'd never seen them until I got up there. The Nevilles of the world. I mean, they play a big boy brand of football that I got all the respect in the world for. They play great defense, they get physical, and they try to push you around, and I love that. Our brand down in South Louisiana is a little bit different. Do we have some teams that do it? Yeah, but we're a little more spread you out, get fast, get athletic brand of football. It's just a little different feel. I've got all the respect for Ouachita Parish. I mean, we saw them, I guess, 7 years ago now in my first year at Live Oak, where we beat them on a goal line stand, which has zero to do with Friday night. But being somewhat familiar with what we're dealing with, I mean, they're going to get big, they're going to be physical, they're not going to quit, they're going to play the game the right way, they're going to be disciplined, and they're going to be fast, and they are. They're going to be a lot of fun to line up with and compete with, because they are big, they are fast, they are physical, and it's going to be a testament to who starts fast and who starts faster and who wants to stay physical for 48 minutes. And I think that's going to be the formula to win this game Friday night.
Yes, so let's talk about what to expect.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's going to be a slugfest. I mean, I think this is 2 heavyweight programs with some bigs up front that are not scared to get nasty in the trenches. I think we all got good skill guys, good running backs, both sides of the ball, or defensively on the other side of the ball. You're going to see a lot of skill guys flying around. You're going to see they got the very pretty D lineman in 44 is going to be a lot of fun to watch and game plan for. And you're going to see it's just both sides are going to be disciplined, aggressive, and I can't wait to see the matchup. And I love having teams come down here and see Denham Springs. And one day we'll have a facility that will wow people. But you know what? You get to come into the old stadium one go around one more time, and let's just see what we can do in our home turf.
All right. So what's some of the keys to winning this game?
Well, I mean, starting fast. You cannot turn the football over. You have to do our job. End every possession with a kick, but we got to start fast, man. We got to create some momentum for ourselves. Let each side of the ball feed off each other. You know what? If defense goes out and gets a big stop, offense has got to come out feeding off the energy. Offense comes out, makes a long drive, ends it with a kick. Doesn't matter what kick, but they come out. We got to feed off that energy defensively. Let the excitement of the game, the butterflies of the game, let those settle. get excited about your job, communicate with each other, lean on each other, play disciplined, play physical, and just ride the ups, ride the downs, and just keep doing your job. And I mean, look, the best team's going to win Friday night.
Yes, sir. Well, that's all I got for you today. Thank you for coming on, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
For Brett Beard, I'm Connor Sullivan, and thank you for watching.